there are some stories that need to be told. So, in 2018, let's see. First, after my class, we went to Safeway. Me, Johnny, and Henry, as I call him now.
Henry with an I?
Yeah, because it turns out he spells his name with an I, so it's very weird. So I just call him Henry.
Okay, well.
To emphasize the weirdness of the spelling. Henry gave his bouquet to one person, as Johnny recently pointed out to me, or as we recently discussed. He put all his eggs in one basket. He went all out on one girl, and this person was very happy with him and gave him a hug. And me and Johnny were just watching from the sidelines, very impressed and jealous. I think, or at least I was. I can't speak for Johnny, but probably. Then I gave a rose to, as I mentioned before, to this friend who I met through Johnny. Or, well, she wasn't really my friend, an acquaintance who I met through Johnny, who was a cool person. And then told her not to tell her boyfriend. And then, yeah. And then, let's see what happened. Okay. Something happened with Johnny, but Johnny had a good Valentine's Day in general at that time. And then later that night, when after school, then me and you and Noah and Will went to Pete's, and then I gave the rose to that person, and I was happy with that. Then the next day, I still had a whole bouquet minus 2 flowers, because I gave 2 flowers away. And so then me and Johnny and Henry were at school, and we were leaving school, and this person, capital P, person, was asked me if I was leaving so that she could park in my spot when we left.
How rude.
Well, people do that all the time.
They just use and abuse.
Yes.
Wow.
They do that all the time at school.
You should have exchanged. You should have said, I will let you know if I'm leaving if you give me your number.
That would have been a good idea. Although then I would have been. Well, I'll reveal. Yeah, you'll find out in a second where the story goes. That makes it good that I didn't do that. So, yeah. So I said, yeah, I'm leaving, and then me and Johnny and Henry were getting in the car, and then Johnny asked me. I was putting my bouquet. I had my bouquet in the trunk, and then Johnny asked me if he could have it to give to somebody, and then I said yeah, and then he gave it to that very person, which is why it's good that I didn't go for her number, because I would be stealing her from Johnny. So, and it was very interesting. She was a very nice looking person, and so Johnny gave her the bouquet, and then she thought it was very sweet, and then I think she asked him how his Valentine's Day went, and then he said terrible, and then she asked him why, and then he said he didn't want to talk about it, and then she said, I'm sorry, and she sounded very sympathetic. And as he walked away.
Question for you. What was her nationality?
She was a white.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, American.
Can you reveal to the audience what her name was?
I don't know her name, but we didn't catch that much information. So, yeah, but it was funny because Johnny told her he had a terrible Valentine's Day, but then I thought about it and realized he didn't have a terrible Valentine's Day. He just said that to her to get sympathy points from her.
Wow.
He lied. He's a scheming, devious, lying man. A scheming playboy. Yeah.
Let us hope and pray she never finds out that he lied.
Otherwise, she will just
leave him.
Yeah.
Even though she's never with him.
And he admitted it. He admitted that he just lied to get sympathy points.
Wow.
So it was very interesting.
If you didn't catch
I do not condone this.
Okay.
Don't lie to women.
Okay. Wait. Did you catch it on video?
No. Unfortunately.
Then it will be hard to prove in the courts.
Johnny lied. So.
So, what is the lesson to take away from today, or from that situation? Is never to lie to a person.
Yes.
Or else
exactly.
They might just break your heart.
Which brings us to last year. I'm trying to remember if there were any stories to tell.
Last year?
Yeah.
What did we do for last year?
Nothing. I think
That's so sad.
Johnny,
we should tell that story.
Me and Johnny hung out. That was it. I remember last year, school was canceled because of the power outage, because of the rain, and I was very happy. And then later I went to work, and then after I hung out with Johnny. So it was not the best Valentine's Day. It was not like in the glory days of 2017 and 2018. So
I remember
2017 when we walked around in downtown Santa Fe and you made eye contact with a certain person.
And I remember one, maybe this was 2017 or maybe this was earlier than 2017, but I remember the year when we were all out and that car of people, they drove by.
I think you told me about this.
And Johnny was holding
there.
Why?
I don't know. Nobody invited me. I don't think Jesse Fenn was there either. Was this after he moved out?
So this was, okay, no, wait.
I don't know. For whatever reason, I was not present because I was not invited. So, but it's okay. I forgive you.
Okay, all right. Just blame Johnny. So it was Johnny, Chris, and myself. And I believe Emily wasn't present, but it was Emily. It was not Emily. It was Chris, Johnny, myself, and we were out. And this car of people drove by, and they slowed down. They went from going like 30 miles an hour down to like 5, and they rolled down the windows, and they were screaming at us.
Wow.
As Chris was holding the bouquet of flowers, and
I was not screams of anger.
No.
Screams of like when the people would scream at the Beatles concert.
Yes, or Justin Bieber.
Yes.
Either of the Bees, Beatles or Bieber. Yes. So it was one of those screams. So it was a very pleasant experience, and we used such a devices to our advantage.
Nice.
As Chris was holding a bouquet of flowers. And I was holding a box of chocolates.
Wow.
And
nice.
They were screaming.
That sounds like a very pleasant experience.
It was, in fact. And it was one of the most pleasant 15 seconds of my life.
15 seconds of fame.
Yes. And then those seconds passed, and then I felt like a nobody after that.
But you still have the memory that lives on.
Yes.
Nice.
The legacy.
Nice.
The legacy.
That's amazing. And then, of course, there was 2017 again, but the thing that happened with me where I gave the bouquet to that random girl, that random person who walked into Quickly's. I will bleep out her name, but I believe it was, it started with it was like something similar to but it wasn't it was some unique name. I think I wrote it down, because remember afterwards then I made the note of it, and then you signed it, and I signed it on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote it down. But anyway, and she was very happy, very pleased with that Valentine's Day gift. And I never saw her since. But the memory lives on. It will always be an amazing moment in my life.
That sounds incredible.
Yes, it was incredible. So let us know in the comments what your favorite Valentine's Day moment was.
And make sure to subscribe.